Hello, um, this is Ilapod, and this is additional stream because usually I don't stream at Saturday, but I thought, why not? Because today I'm not that busy that I usually was, so it's for me really suitable to mm, participate in another stream. And I really want to continue the story because we reached maybe critical, not really critical, but for this particular part of the story, it's a catharsis, I guess, with this girl Maria, who unfortunately, yeah, betrayed, has betrayed, has betrayed the white hair girl and Jacopa because of their previous interaction in the past. So, let's return to the journey and try to find out what waits our white hair girl next. Mm-hmm. Master, are you shocked? Or do you instead lament this development? I don't feel shocked, definitely, because all the time in interaction between Maria and the white hair girl, I felt some kind of mistrusting or something like that because her behavior is too strange and unusual and odd in some things, and she definitely behaved differently with Jacopa and the white hair girl, so it was suspicious. Yeah, I was deeply sorrowful, though to a lesser degree about Maria's true intention and more my shameful inability to recognize her machinations. At the time, I too believed that Maria was the white-haired girl's one and only ally. It was not until everything had drawn to a close that I discovered the truth. Then I know, then I now know how the tale ends, you say? Yes, that is correct. Well aware that it was not the case, I told the story in a way that suggested she was on the white-haired girl's side. On my, I wonder if that constitutes lying to me, master. I merely wanted to present the events to you in order, starting from the beginning when Maria's ill intentions were still veiled in shadows. I wanted you to know the same feelings of consternation I had experienced. The white-haired girl continued to write letter after letter. They were all addressed to her dear husband, detailing her ever persistent love for him, and her desire for the relationship to return to what it had once been. My beloved, I am sure your hands are quite full right now, but that is fine, it does not change my love for you. And do you remember the day we went out together? That was perhaps the most wonderful day of my life. Her life probably not so great if she decided that this particular day is the best and the most wonderful day, because it's in comparison to other days that were probably worse, much worse. I had a truly incredible time. I still treasure the gift you gave to me. for it is the one and only present I have received from you. That reminds me, Maria tried to teach me how to dance. I doubt I will ever progress beyond being laughably bad, though. It would be nice if someday you and I could dance together. Perhaps when you have a little respite from work, we could go out again, maybe take a carriage somewhere a little farther away, and we could dine in the restaurant more to your liking. Although I think the cuisine at the other restaurant was exquisite personally. Do I perhaps have an refined palate? Maria altered the letters before delivering them, however. She changed the address from Jacob to another man. She would cut away the top of the pages with Jacob's name on it and in space below write a different name. She could not have mimicked the white-haired girl's handwriting. That's impressive in general. Handwriting for the full length of a letter, but Maria could make a single name look not half mimicked, okay. Adequately similar. And it would after all be quite difficult to notice minor discrepancies in such a small quantity of text. Again, another letter. Why does she keep writing this? To Jacob's eyes, the modified letters looked like professions of love for another man. The more she inscribed her feelings for Jacob, the greater the turmoil grew within his heart. Even though her love was directed toward him, I can't believe what I'm reading. Rest are more to your liking. I knew it. You have been going out with other men all the while, pretending to be chaste in my presence. I still treasure the gifts you gave to me. God's sake. You have to be fucking kidding. But I've ensured she can't leave that room. She'll never see this man again. In time she'll let go, and so will he. I'll listen to me, resign myself to the hope that everything will fix itself. How did I end up like this? Such a pitiful man I've become. On the surface, Maria acted quite heartbroken at the sight of their suffering, but when she returned to her room, the walls echoed with her cackles. She derived a great deal of entertainment from their skirmish. The more they writhed in anguish, the deeper her satisfaction grew. And both the white-haired girl and Jacob continued to place their confidence in Maria, the one responsible for everything. The white-haired girl had never possessed a sense of distrust, and so she took everything Maria said as true, continuing in her agony to write Jacob letters after letters after letter. My beloved, are you still tied up with your work? It has been some time since we last saw one another, so I know not what you have been doing of late. I only hope you remain in good health. I would, if possible, prefer to tell you everything in person, but I do not have the courage, so these letters are my only option. And I'm adequately expressing my feelings, my love for you. If you have the time, I would appreciate the response. You are never gonna get a response, though. Not as long as I am intercepting them. There's no way I'm allowing this or your love to get to him. I could just stop reading them. It will certainly make things easier, but if I don't, my imagination will run wild, fantasizing about her writing to this other man and what she might be putting in her correspondence. I'd be better off knowing the truth than torturing myself with fantasy. It's the better option. Jacob accepted the letter Maria delivered without fail. He would merely nod as he accepted, his face contorted in discomfort, and then pour over the text when he was alone. I assume he did not want her to see his heart sinking into darkness. Had he put his trust in his wife rather than Maria, he would have almost certainly been able to realize the letters were directed at him despite the altered recipient name. Everything she wrote about concerned him after all. How could someone who had lived as isolated a life as her have so many identical expressions experienced with two distant men? Why could he not find it in himself to trust her? Perhaps doubting her was simply easier. If you were in his position, would you trust her? Would you maintain faith in her, the woman who had waited so long? Would you believe the feelings she prophesied for you were genuine? Maybe I tried to talk with her privately, but it's not his case. And with it, it's not this story can be done like this. She continued writing letters day after day, week after week, without hiatus. She had by and large run out of things to say, but that did not put an end to her letter writing. She simply repeated what she had written before. Nevertheless, they did not see one another in person. The white-haired girl, forbidden from leaving her shed, could only wait for her husband to pay her a visit. My beloved, there's a little bit of fog out today. Weather like this reminds me of my home country. I was born on an island perpetually covered in a thick fog. I'm not saying I would like to return, but thinking about it does make me feel rather homesick. Does that happen to you? That reminds me, aside from that one time, you have not told me much of your homeland. It would be nice if we could pay it a visit together sometime. Speaking of which, before I left, an exhibition of some sort was held there. I was unable to attend, but perhaps you had the chance when it was near you. I imagine you would have with your interest in your technology. Next time you have a chance, I would enjoy hearing what they had on display. It's hard to read, because it's one big misunderstanding. An exhibition? That's right, there was one. It was a year ago. Got quite a bit of attention since it was supposed to have been held in Paris. I was busy preparing for a wedding. I had no time to attend an exhibition. And while I was doing that, giving you, a woman I had never met before, my full attention, you were giving yours to a different man? Has this been going on for that long? Had he simply stepped up and taken action, he could have put an end to the streams of letters, each of which have gave rise to further misunderstanding. He needed merely ask the white-haired girls in person to whom the letters were addressed whether did they describe the word true, and the twisted threads of his confusion would have all been unraveled. But he made no such effort, relying instead of Maria to serve as his intermediary. I feel as though I have now as long last come to understand just what kind of man Jacopo was. While he had a great deal of pride in his capabilities, he had far less confidence in himself as a person. If he had faith in himself, perhaps he could have put faith in his wife as well. Had his pride not been so twisted, perhaps he would not have been so afraid of being hurt. Instead, he was afraid of being rejected by her, afraid to face a reality where his beloved partner scorned him, where the woman he loved laughed at his disdainfully, where she and countless others mocked him. The thought of it paralyzed him. The environment in which he had been raised played a significant part in his state of mind, I expect. Occasionally, the name of the letter will change. Maria was making the white-haired girls out to be having affairs with multiple other men. They could never do any such thing, of course, but Jacopa, thinking Maria to be his only ally, believed everything she said. If I could figure it out who this man is and where he resides, I could make him tell me every last detail about his relationship with my wife. But what if that information went public as a result? If the news of her infidelity spread and were to reach the Casca? He became mad. The fate of the BRZ is in your hands, son. There's a limit to what we can accomplish on this tiny island. If we don't turn our attention outward, we will wither away and die. And not just this family, this whole land will find itself famished and emaciated, defenseless against invasion as we waste away. I won't stand by and watch my homeland crumble. Sure, our methods may be crude and not always worthy of praise, but they produce undeniable results. The unfortunate thing is, the previous Capo Familia was an incredibly reticent man. It took all he had to merely preserve his small chunk of the world. But I'm not like that, and neither are you. The most I can do is lay the foundation to make it easier for you to work, which means everything rests on your shoulders. Above the future of the Berzati family and the future of this country, it all falls on you. It's a big responsibility. The marriage is happening too quickly. It wouldn't be madness not to hurry given the circumstances. You should be well aware of that. We need the Berzati name climbing this social ladder in short order, or we going to have everything ripped out from under us. If the woman isn't to your liking, you can find another one that is. She's only going to be your wife in name. But listen to me, son, you must not allow her to fool around. What are the most vital things to have in our society? Money, power, yes, those are important. But what matters most is respect. No one's going to follow a Capo Familia that cannot respect. They'll try to undermine your authority. Once someone deems you weaker than them, courtesy goes out the windows, and that's a judgment that's near impossible to overturn. Betrayal spreads like a fire through a forest, and once these flames lit, the both of us come crashing down. You must not let anyone look down on you. You must not let anyone think you are the kind of man a woman can walk all over. If by any chance your fiancé is ever unfaithful to you, kill her before anyone finds out. Your place is above others. Climb to the top. Never be content with someone above you, and never forget the weight you carry on your shoulders. Thank you, Father, for instructions. It was really nice to you. This is your responsibility. The fate of the Berzati is in your hands. Aim for the poverty is the root of an evil. Don't show weakness to others. I must keep intercepting her letters. I must keep her locked up. I still have work to do. I cannot allow anyone to learn about how they disgrace me. Kill her? That's how my old man says to handle it. That's the last resort. This is the last resort. It's not yet. God damn it. It's downright wrong for me to even be having these feelings for someone. Fuck. Master, your carriage is waiting outside. How are you coming along? Coming along? Oh, that's right. I had an inspection scheduled today. I'll be right out. Have him wait. Is something the matter, master? You look a little hazy. I'm fine. If you are not feeling well, you should stay. I said I'm fine. It's not your job to try and infer my condition. Yes, sir. Damn it, keep it under wraps. Act like normal. You can at least do that much, damn you. Take care of your trip, master. Yeah. It's not the usual coachman. I also feel like I've been seen him somewhere. Your fault. What? That's we. Hey, speak up. Dai, Jacopo Berzati. Master? Ah! There's a knife in your stomach. Oh God, anyone. Silence, don't make a scene. Call a doctor. Yes, sir. Now I remember when I seen him before. That's right, I put his factory out of business. I needed out of the picture to expand my own business. I guess he held a grudge about it. I should have been more careful. Blood flows with surprising abundance from a stab wound. It's not stopping either. Son of a bitch. The world is going white. Come on now. You have to be kidding. He's dead? I know very well what kind of man you are. You wouldn't hesitate to lead a blind man off a cliff. It is furthered your own goals. You make money off others' lives. You stand upon a mountain of corpses, cackling at everyone below you. For a man like you, love comes as naturally as flying. Guess what? You don't have any emotions. And you never have. You've always been this way. It's Maria? My childhood was day after day of mockery. You're just a bunch of hobbits. Nobody's trying to pretend your name means anything. They will say, shivering and glaring. Maria treated me as an equal, but she was the only one. I wanted to show them up, and to do that, I had to rise to the top, or at least high enough that I could laugh at them. My old man wasn't the only one who wanted that. I did too. I had to make them acknowledge that I had value as a man, who actually wants to go through life being laughed at. I had to make them recognize that what I did had value, and I needed neither love nor compassion to do it, or that what I thought. In the beginning, I only ever intended to use that woman. I simply needed her to build a name for myself. When she served her purpose, I could simply cast her aside. That's what I thought. Or rather, that's what I endeavored to make myself think. But deep down I felt bad for her. I pitied this woman who was being made to marry a man she had never ever met before. I'm sure that she really wanted was to have a regular marriage with someone she loved. But because her family wanted to cling to their name, she wasn't afforded the opportunity. I wanted to do something for her. I didn't have to be anything grand. I genuinely wanted that. The day of our wedding was when I first saw her. Her face, partially obscured behind the veil, was gorgeous. And crucially, she was smiling at me. I had expected to find only gloom and despondence in her eyes, but instead she smiled. The moment I saw that smile, I wanted it to be a permanent part of my life. I truly did want to ensure she always had a smile on her face. Is this my room? I'm alive? Damn it, I feel nauseous. What time is it? The world's a blur. So hot. You must get up. The doctor said bacteria entered your body through the wound. Because of that you have a very high fever. What are you doing here? I was told you had been badly wounded. But thankfully it was not fatal. How did you make it out of... Pardon? Ah, I see. Maria, open it. Would you like some medicine to reduce the fever? It should help you feel better. Yes, no. Huh? Stay by my side for a little longer. Is there anything I can do for you? You can ask me anything. My hand. Your hand? Could you hold my hand? If you don't want to, that's fine. Like this? Your hand is quite cold. It probably feels the way because of your fever. So, yes? I've done some regrettable things to you. Please forgive me. To tell you the truth, from the moment I first saw you, I felt like you were what I had been searching for all my life. Laugh if you'd like. I felt like I had finally found you. But I couldn't act around you the way I honestly felt. You shouldn't get some sleep. Could you keep holding my hand until I fell asleep? If you don't want to, that's fine. My hand is in yours. Thank you. You appear to be quite delirious, Master. Those are things you should be telling your wife, not me. Oh. It was all a dream. Of course it was. It wouldn't be that easy. And she will never come to my room. She's involved with other men. Jacopo, may I come in? I have another letter. Yeah, this game is just combination of tragic stories after tragic stories. After another tragic story. Unfortunately. The white-haired girl's persistent letter did not improve anything, but simply stoked the flames of misunderstanding. This continued for several months, though outside the sun shone with gentle warmth of spring. The cold, bitter wind of winter still relentlessly blew between Jacob and his wife. Not allowed to leave her shed and never received a reply to her letter, the white-haired girl's only source of information was Maria. Week after week, her circumstances remained the same, but something else was beginning to show signs of change. Her mental state. It's pointless, madam. You're only wasting your time at this point. I saw him through your letters into the fireplace. He's not going to read anything you write, no matter how much of your soul you pour into it. He cares more about money and work than love. That's the kind of man he is. Just give up and file for divorce already. No. I will get through to him. Everything will go back to normal. I have faith. All my letters may go up in flames, but my faith will not be lost with them, as long as I keep writing. Maria, you soulless. How you can continue to torture this poor woman? And Jacopo too. He probably not the best man in the world, but it's not the right decision. Yeah. Eventually I will get through to him, so I cannot stop. I cannot. Do you have any idea what he says about you, madam? Jacob doesn't trust you in the slightest. He goes around calling you a witch and man-eating devil woman. It's awful. There's no one as pure as beautiful as you. He says, I'm a witch? Listen to me, madam. He never for a second actually loved you. He just wanted the influence attached to your name. Wanted to mingle with the upper class. He used you. But last year, when we met out together, he gave me the Thanakitsu wheel at the photography shop. He had the owner make it specially for me. He was just trying to win your favor. If he really cared for you, we wouldn't have gotten your paper toy. He wouldn't have gotten you something like a ring or a necklace or some perfume, a nice dress. Something women really like. Has he ever given you anything like that? He doesn't have any feeling for me. I'm sorry. I just couldn't stand to see you going through this, but I don't know when to shut my fat trap. I went too far. The last thing I need to be doing is hurting you worse. But you continue doing this. Over and over again. Month after month. Day after day, week after week. You know, for everything I said, your unwavering dedication is really impressive, madam. I know I've suggested you get a divorce, but to be honest, part of me kinda does actually want you to split up. Despite knowing you staying with him is just causing your pain. You made it this far. I'd like to see you make it all the way. Maybe he actually will start paying attention. Your sweetness can melt even his heart of steel. Yes, you're right. I will keep waiting. I'll keep writing. And I will not divorce him. Yeah, all right. So please, keep delivering my letters to him. You are my only remaining connect to the other outside world. Oh yes, one more thing. If it's not too much trouble, could you tell me how he has been and what he has been doing lately? I do not have much else to write about. If I could at least relieve him of some of his work-related stress. I'm his wife after all. I should be able to do that much for him. I'm his wife. Her dedication to him was perhaps closer to an obsession, but she did not seem to be consciousness of the fact that her obsession was killing her. She was visibly losing weight, and she probably not have a lot of it. She hasn't. Yeah. A lot of the weight in general, and her spirit was breaking down. It's said that emotions fade with time, but the opportunity can also be true. The act of waiting, of fervently believing for so many months despite the object of one affection not returning them, can tear apart a person's heart, crush their soul, shatter their spirit, no matter how radiant, how thick-skinned they may be. With enough time, it will wear anyone down. No one is immune. It's pointless, Jacoba. Wait all you won't get her back. If she going to be writing letters, she could at least write one for you. She looks so poor, pretty as an angel. But God Almighty, is it only how she looks? You've changed a bit. What, have I? The old you would be yelling and screaming, chomping at the bit to go storming in on the madam. Now you're just so quiet. I'm just a little tired. You could break it off then. What? You've already made a name for yourself in high society. Nobody can suddenly start ignoring you. You've more than put her family name to good use. To put it in your own words is not longer necessary. This isn't something I really want to say, but the madam has never liked you. She was married off to a total stranger and forced to leave her home. I'm sure she felt very alone. And so she sought the companionship of other men. Anyone who hasn't, you probably seems quite attractive to her. So without getting violent or threatening to kill her or anything, just end it already quietly and without a fuss. It'll be easier for you that way. I cannot. Because you still love her? That's wonderful, Chikapa. After everything, you still love her. That's just blind, slavish devotion at this point. Perhaps it is a foolish and healthy obsession, but I still do not wish to sever ties with her. Severe? I cannot get the image of her smile out of my head. The look of utter elation of her face as she looked through the thananithoscope. Oh, this word again. Thananithoscope. Those captivating eyes beneath the veil at our wedding. I will never, for as long as I live, forget those sights. Color me surprised. You are a sentimental one. Well, I guess you always have been kind of mushy, hasn't you? And Maria, you don't tired of all this situation? It's so entertaining. It's such entertainment for you. Well, I guess you all will, haven't you? True to your heart, despite how you may look. That's not a bad thing, though, in my book. There's nothing but pain in it for you now, but all you can do is wait until she stops writing. But don't worry, if you need to let off some steam, I'm all ears. I'll be here for you until she breaks it off with the other man. No, this will not be necessary. What? I know very well that things cannot continue as they are forever. I knew it from the beginning and still couldn't do anything. This time I'm planning on facing her myself. You serious, Chikapa? Yes. I relied on you for too long. You think? They think? Too long, kids. Too long. I was afraid of what I might do to her. I didn't want anyone to find out that my wife was being unfaithful, and I thought the best way to ensure that was by locking her up away from anyone else. But the situation is going to improve unless I do something. If I allow things to continue as they are, sooner or later word of her and the infidelity will leak. So before that happened, I must face herself. I must do something. It's probably best if you didn't. I'll tell you her the thing you want, make sure things start improving. I appreciate everything you've done, and I apologize for getting you involved in our troubles, but I am going to end it now. No, I must put an end to it. This is a problem between me and her. You might get violent again if you go see her face to face. Yes, I might. I might do something that would look rather bad for me. But it reached a point where until the two of us face up to each other is never going to go away. It took me far too long. I wasted too much time trying to find my resolve. I see. You'll need a way to break the ice then. Break the ice? Right. If you've got some convenient excuse to talk to her, it'll reduce some tension and make it easier to bring up what you need to bring it up, right? Here's an idea that transcontinental railroad you've been funded. That's supposed to be opening up pretty soon, isn't it? Yes, it is. There'll be a message by telegraph when it happens, right? You can ask her to be there to hear it, and then you can invite her to ride the first train. You've put your heart and soul into this project and it's finally being realized. It's going to be an amazing day for you, and a day like that reap for more good things to happen. It's going to be the accomplishment of a lifetime. Don't look so down in the dumps. You were sending trains across this massive continent, carrying on them the people of this country dreams. Who says you cannot stick a dream of your own on it too? Right. Yes, you have a point. A railroad that spans from coast to coast. She is a sickly girl, which makes long trips difficult. But this new rail system should make them much less draining. It will allow me to show her the world. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm getting excited myself. It'll go great. It'll go great. I'm sure of it. Yeah. But it's a part of her plan again, definitely. Oh my god, my fucking side. Seriously, they're a goddamn riot, the both of them. They keep on trusting me and keep on getting hurt. They don't have to be going through any of this. Oh my god, Maria, you are terrible. And these people call me the Holy Mother. I bet the real Mary is rolling in her fucking grave. Now, I must say I wasn't expecting you to make a move, Jacoba. A shame that the squirming loser polarized by insecurity is a better role for you. If they do end up figure it out, tough shit. Doesn't hurt anything, just takes away a bit of my fun. I don't understand why he's so infatuated with this railroad. I mean, this sort of stuff get romanticized still, but my kinda still's a little smaller scale. Anyway, I suppose it's all about time to get things moving. No matter how this plays out, you will not have a happy ending, Jacoba. You're going to get a real taste of just how much I despise you. Maria, over there you are. What is it? I'm on a break right now. You were assigned to clean the cellar today, weren't you? Well, head maid saying it hasn't been done yet. What I did, I cleaned it. Just a casual once over, but hey. Well, do it again, and do it right this way. Cause if you don't, it's gonna fall on me. And that's supposed to make me give a damn? I mean it, you take care of it. You get enough special treatment out of this. Yeah, right. I heard you the first time, I'll care of it. And don't you forget it. Oh, for God's sakes, well, should I have to be the one to tell her? Is she gone? Ah, what a pain. Who cares if the damn cellar is clean? Not like anyone bringing gas down there, yes? I guess I should take care of it. Better than the tongue lashing by the head maid. God, why did I have to be a maid anyway? It's a good question, if she is so close to the Jacopa. What a dank place. It's so dark and humid down there. Makes me feel gross. Huh. Someone there? Hello? Hello, is anyone in there? It came from further in. Whoa, it's a serial dusty bag here. Who was supposed to clean this last week? Well, clean the whole thing next time, damn it. It just makes my job harder. Disgusting. Damn cobwebs. Oh god, dear god. I did not want to clean this. Oh, for God's sakes, take this stuff properly. Now I gotta fix this whole mess. For the love of... Was this something carved into the floor? Never noticed this before. Someone get bored one day? What do we have here? Why, it's mostly illegible. Let's see. It's not written in English, but my native language. But it's not modern, it's really archaic. Why on earth would an old form of my country language be carved into the floor of a mansion built here in the New World? Most of it illegible, but I cannot make out one section. Our lives? Our life shall be forfeit to the witch curse? Nevertheless, we must lay bare those with sin upon their souls for the redemption of those whom are pure. Should ye mean not to dispel your curse, we implore of you, O witch, to mark with it only their bloodlines. The blood of the sinners flows through those who dwell within this house, but not I. What in the witch? That's crazy. That's crazy. But why does the handwriting look like mine? It's just coincidentally similar. No one handwritten is perfectly unique after all. Why am I so sweaty? It's not that hot. It's not that hot down here. Ah, no, forget it. Didn't see a thing. Not a chance it's real, just a tasteless prank. This is silly. There's something in this box. Is that a painting? Has that always been here? Huh? White hair, fair skin? Is this the madam? But then, why is the face all turned up? And her clothes look really old-fashioned. The painting seems worn and faded too. Something about it feels off. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's very creepy, unsettling. The writing on the floor and this painting. What is with this house? It's just a painting. Nothing to get weirded out over. I bet I know what happened. Jacopo probably slashed it up in the fit of jealousy. He is a simple man. Seeing this probably wouldn't put him in the best mood. What was that? Is someone there? The door is open? Nobody's there. What's this, a painting? Who could have left in here? What's going on? Is that me? What? But my face has been cut. No. Why would someone have this painted? Just to do this? Who will do such a thing? You are like a witch, my dear, like a demon. Your very presence brings misfortune upon others. You're cursed. No, I am not. I am not. Was it you, Jacopo? Did you have it painted so you could destroy it? Do you really despise me to that extent? What do you? What did I ever do to make you hate me so? Why? All I am doing is waiting for you. You worthless tramp. Are those ears only for show? This house has no need of a garden. I always thought you had at least some sense of taste. Silence all your fault, every last thing. Then say goodbye to your freedom. I'll kill you. Does that miracle wait and impose upon you? Does my mere presence pervert you? Would it be better if I were gone? Would it be better if I left this mansion? If I left you? I don't think I can wait much longer. There's no end in sight. I can't take it any. There is no end. No, I will set a deadline for when I give up waiting. When the project you pour your heart and soul into is complete. When the road opens, I will be finished waiting. And then it's over. We're definitely close to the end of this story, but probably I continue next time. Maybe we end this part. We'll end this part. So, again, thank you for watching online or in the record. So, see you next time. Bye bye.